Hey everybody, my name is Elvin, and what do you think of 45 jeeps in a ferry going to an island in the heart of the Philippines when the weather's amazing and just beautiful? Yeah, so that's exactly what I did in February 2020. And some of my friends and families asked me to do a mashup of this video and put it up. So here's a video of the Jeep Jamboree 2020, arranged by the Jeep Club Philippines. You would be amazed to see Philippines has such brilliant jeeps, such really well done jeeps, and the kind of off-roading and the kind of fun they have with 4x4. So here's my experience in February. I loved it. I just had a really good time. I hope you do. Take a look at the video, like it if you like it, and please do subscribe if you think you want to see more. Take a look. Bye bye. So that's the ferry you see, which took all our jeeps in it. And that's a view of most of the jeeps. I think we're close to 45 of us. A lovely welcome as we arrived. And you see the ferry in the background. We all lined up to say, let's go. And then we arrived at this gorgeous mountain top, and we all sort of lined up to go up. It was quite steep, but and a narrow path. But to be honest, you just had to follow the trail and follow the jeep ahead of you. But it was a beautiful, beautiful drive, slowly, one behind the other. And as we took our time, settled down, a lot of people were taking pictures and videos. I just used my camera inside my jeep because that's the only option I had. Yeah, lovely, lovely place. And you'd see a bit further that it was just green all the way through and mountains everywhere you saw. Eventually, we went right up, parked our jeeps in a sort of a semicircle. And it just looked so lovely, beautiful. I'll just put a picture up here. Yeah, there you go. We all just parked in, and there was a horse there giving us some horsepower. Beautiful spot. And it was time for some river crossings. It was my first experience, or rather my second experience, but nevertheless, it was very different. The first time I river crossed, it was more in volcanic ash, so it wasn't really same experience. This one was quite pebbly initially, but then eventually it had massive rocks, so you had to be slow, and as you crossed the river, you could tell that you were on big rocks, and you just suddenly your tires slipped and went lower. So you had to be careful. There was a couple of spots, but to be honest, I think the guys were guiding you well through all the way across. So yeah, this is where it gets a bit deep. Not very deep. It's I think a couple of feet, maybe 2.5, 3 feet. And there's one spot where you can see the jeep suddenly drop to the left. Yeah, that's because there was a huge drop there on the right hand side. And then as we drove, it was all slushy, muddy stream water all the way through. Then we came across another tiny river crossing. This one was quite straightforward. And we had a lot of locals sat there watching all the jeeps go past them. It was lovely to say, yeah, nice to say hello, and quite a few of them were doing a lot of charity as they drove past, which is really nice. This was a nice part of the off-roading piece, which was more like a forest. You had trees all over, and there was hardly any road. It was like a small stream, and it was like you were driving through the stream. It was a brilliant experience. It never got stuck. I didn't see any jeeps struggling, but it was really nice. It was like all bamboo shoots, like right through your path. You had to be careful to make sure you don't get scratched. But yeah, it was really nice. We came across this lovely spot. It was like somebody had carved this space for us. This drop was quite steep, and you had to stay to your right so your tires don't get stuck in the path. And obviously, the stream crossing was quite straightforward, but it was really steep. I wish I had some videos from the outside. I can see a lot of people taking videos, but yeah, it was quite nice. And then we came across this interesting spot. It was real steep, around 4 feet drop on one side. And trust me when I say this, but the video does no justice to this. Uh, I was anxious, thinking, I didn't really have my sway bar disconnected, so I was conscious. But the guys there, Mark and Mon, they both helped me get out without any issues. Then it was night. Uh, this was the most toughest part that I faced. My first time off-roading at night. Huge rocks. And the reason why we had to do it at night is because there were close to 45 odd jeeps, and obviously there was a lineup, and we got delayed, and some jeeps got stuck. And this part had massive rocks, and I don't think I was prepared to go through such big rocks in my second off-roading experience. And at this point, I didn't have my lockers, so I was just on 4 low too. And thankfully, the gentleman there, he was spotting all the way through and made sure that I get through. I did have a lot of lights around me, but I had to switch them all off to make sure I don't, glare them straight on their face. But these guys were so helpful. They took their time, made sure that every jeep passed through without, damaging themselves. I did get a few scratches underneath my jeep, which, to be honest, I like those scars there. But it was nice, and I think the next time I'll be more prepared with. Now that I have lockers, I think I'll enjoy it even more. At this one, I was quite on a big rock, and I slowly had to get down to my left. And yeah, you just can't tell it at night, but it was a bit scary. And the rock that you see on the right hand side, that's the size of most of the rocks that we really had to pass through. But yeah, what an experience. I would do this any amount of time again and again if I had to, and if I had the chance. I do want to go back there. This was where we camped at night. This was early morning, and by morning it had rained, so it was really slushy. You could see a lot of jeeps spinning. Don't know who this guy is, but I think he was trying to chase our ferry to get a jeep for himself. Anyway, it was such a lovely time showing you a mashup of all the videos that I had, and obviously I'd love showing you more. And yeah, please help, like, subscribe, and enjoy the videos. Thank you.